The Warsaw Ghetto was the largest of the Nazi ghettos in World War II. It held almost 500,000 people in an area the size of just 1.5 square miles. On average, between 9 and 10 people would be forced to live in a single room. In the summer of 1942, 250,000 people were sent from the ghetto to the Treblinka extermination camp. The ghetto was demolished in 1943 after the Warsaw Uprising. Over 300,000 people from the ghetto died either from a bullet or through gas. A further 92,000 people died of starvation or disease. So this is a monument to the fallen and murdered Polish people in World War II who died in the east. It's a very weird place to put it because it's like in the middle of two main roads right next to an Ibis hotel. I'm not sure if the location has any kind of significance. This is the memorial for the Unschlagplatz, which is basically a German word for like a holding station, a place where goods are held. In World War II it was a word that was used for a place where Jews were held before they were put on trains and sent to camps. So 300,000 Jews passed through this holding place. Germans were sending up to 10,000 Jews per day. In the film The Pianist, where his family are sat in the square and they buy a caramel or toffee or something, and he slices it up, he buys it with the last bit of money that he's got, and they share this one sweet between the whole family. That was here. And somewhere around here, and I don't know if there's any memorial for it, is there used to be a wall. And what the Nazis used to do is when people used to come with children, babies, they'd just take the babies from them and just pick them up by their feet and just smash them against the wall and smash open their skulls and then just throw them onto a pile of dead babies. And people had to sit whilst this was going on, whilst their child had just had his brains smashed in, and wait for the train to take them to their certain deaths. Random little area. Seen so much horror. This shows you the size of the ghetto in relation to the rest of Warsaw. It was completely walled off, and Jews were not allowed to leave the ghetto. 360,000 Warsaw Jews and 90,000 from other towns were herded into the ghetto, and as I said, this was about a square mile. So this is a burial site then. After 3 weeks of struggle, many perished or took their own lives, refusing to perish at the hands of their enemies. Several hundred bunkers built in the ghetto, found and destroyed by the Nazis, they became graves. This will be the bunker found by the Nazis, and the people were killed, and so it became a grave. These things are kind of all over the place. That's the third one I've seen. It's got the dates on 1940 to 1943, so I'm wondering if they're markers of where the boundaries of the form of the ghetto used to be. It's just a typical Polish street in Warsaw now. It's hard to think that this used to be bang in the centre of the old ghetto. Yeah, so this is where the ghetto wall used to be. So here, this is the site of the old wooden footbridge that used to connect the small ghetto to the large ghetto, because the area in between was strictly off limits to Jews, so they had to build a footbridge, which is this one here, to connect the two separate parts of the ghetto, and this is where it used to be. This used to be an entry point There's a sign over there just outside the Holiday Inn. How things have changed. Oh, get off the road. So we've got some images here of when the wall was being built to keep the Jews within the ghetto. And just over there, it's actually part of the wall. I'm not sure you can get to it. It doesn't look like you can get in. It's crazy that there's this historic, you know, part of the actual old ghetto wall and you can't actually get to it. Well, I thought I'd just give it a go, and it's actually open. So I don't know what this is, what I'm walking into here, but this is the ghetto wall. I'm not sure if the one that I was looking at was actually it. This is it. Often children would be used to smuggle in food because they were smaller, so they would tunnel underneath the wall. And sometimes people would throw food over the wall as well at specific times, but they would be pre-arranged to be at certain points of the wall at a certain time, and then baggages would be thrown over with bread and, you know, staple foods. So I just come across this pretty impressive monument, to be honest. It's a monument to the Warsaw Uprising in 1944. A battle that lasted for 63 days. In retaliation to the uprising, most of the Polish fighters were sent to concentration camps and extermination camps. The whole city of Warsaw was flattened. So there are two parts to the monument. The first part is of the Polish going into battle. Look at huge. The second part represents Polish after they've been defeated.